Okay, thank you. My name is Rosemary Okello, Orlale, and currently I'm the director of the African Media Hub at the Strathmore Business School. And I'm a journalist by profession, but also a researcher, as well as a data analyst. So I will be looking at analysis of gender-based violence using the microdata which I was able to get in the 10 counties in Kenya during the COVID-19 pandemic. The reason that motivated me to look at this, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we see it.
Yeah, it's because sexual and gender-based violence has been on the increase, though it has been there before, but during the COVID-19, there was a high increase on the number, and this motivated the president even to dedicate 40 billion Kenya shillings to be able to address it. And he committed himself from a policy perspective that by 2026, gender-based violence will be actually a gone case. But while he did that, counties around the world that has been actually working around how to contain the spread of pandemic. But during that time, the rape cases and also the violence against women and early pregnancy that is making girls drop out of school has been on the increase. And so despite this, the Kenya actually started a hotspots, and these hotspots in the counties have been there, but data around this is still at micro, and people don't know about these centers. And so the data I'm going to share is the data I collected in the 10 counties. So problem area, last year report by the World Bank that Kenya ranked 157 out of 189 on when it came to, actually it was a UK data, when it came to how gender-based violence is taking place. And COVID-19 presents a challenge in collecting that data. Currently, there are too many platforms in use. However, these platforms are not synchronized, therefore not making it able to present a picture on how COVID has been able to impact the various communities and the various sectors, even understanding the various, the types of gender-based violence. There's also lack of mechanism in collecting this data. And while we use of digital technology as an alternative option, data collection to the minimal risk is posing a challenge, because these hotlines that has been placed by the Kenya, actually it's only been made to report gender-based violence, but you'll see in my analysis that actually that is not the case. So again, duplications of the efforts and duplications of various actors is coming into place, and the use of gender-based data to tell this story also is lacking. And when now even policymakers use data, they just say percentage, they don't actually come to the real data. So the area of focus based on my data was gathered in the 10 counties, that is Kajiado, Busia, Kakamega, Kiambu, Kilifi, Kwale, Mandera, Mombasa, Nairobi, and Tana River. And the month that I was focusing on October 1st to October 31st. And I'll be asked why the month, because it's just right after the Kenya actually established the hotspots in those various counties. And then I looked at January 1st to January 31st, April 1st to April, so the 3 months intervals, just so that to show the trend. And also the research also, as I said earlier, uses the microdata that was collected in those hotspots in this, what we call Hotline 119, that works with the Ministry of Public Health, but also that is not also as a base of healthcare. So using Tableau to assess this, to showcase how actually this data is being collected, you'll be able to see how actually some of the cases that I was able to come up with. So I'll take you to my public profile at the Tableau. Maybe I can stop sharing this, then I can share, stop sharing this, then able to share. Okay, let me see. Oh. Hello, are you able to see?
We see your email.
Are you able to see my public?
Yeah, now we see Tableau public, yeah.
Yes, okay. So the Tableau public, I'll start with okay. So the counties, So I was able to look at the number of females and male survivors, and here we can see, I said the 10 counties that Nairobi was the highest, and the highest female number of female having been impacted by gender-based violence, followed by Kakamega and Kiambu. So, and you can see that in Mandera, amazing that there was no female, it was only male. This brings in also assumption that also gender-based violence is always focused on female as opposed to male. And then looking at also this is that was the county. That was October. Now I'm looking at. Are you able to see me?
Yes.
I'm looking at January now. January 1st to January 31st. Again, Nairobi is the highest with 47 female actually reporting the cases in the hotline. Only 6 female. Kwale, only 2 female. Again, Nairobi is the highest. Kiambu, followed by Kiambu, and followed by Kiambu and Kakamega. Initially, October Kakamega was the highest. Now Kiambu is the second. Looking at April, you can see that again, Nairobi is the highest. The lower number of male facing gender-based violence actually is decreasing. Busia, you could see, is only the female reporting. Kajiado, female. Kakamega is the third with only female reporting. Tana River is only 1 with 1 female. And Mandera, which was now in October, had only 1 male reporting, now is 1 female reporting. So now I'll take you, this is now where, now I'll take you to what type of violence that has been, the type of abuses that actually that has been highest. Looking at October, you can again, Nairobi is highest, and psychological abuse is the highest here, followed by child neglect, and also followed by child abandonment. This actually is a real an eye-opener, because it has always been that sexual and physical and rape cases has been the highest, but it shows that psychological abuse, child neglect, and child abandonment is actually the showcasing. That is in October. And when you look at January again, psychological, because I wanted to showcase the trend, again, psychological, child neglect, and child abandonment. And I'm looking at here, then when you look at, sorry. I'm looking at now the by age. Sorry, are you able to see me?
Yes, we see it.
Okay. From the type and the type of abuse in April also, we are looking at here again, psychological is the highest, followed by child neglect, which has increased, and now, and followed by physical, which has also increased, and child neglect. So now we are looking at who are these are being affected by the age. And here, using the tableau bin, which is 0 to 5, we're able to now see in October, the age 0 to 5, you are using, seeing like only, there was the highest female numbers, and 0 to 5, and the lowest were male. Here is a case that we're seeing the highest number of survivors in October, looking at the bin approach, were actually the female, and followed by the 25-year number of years. The lowest was actually 55. When you look at January, the survivors, it's now turned now to be now the age of between 20 to 25, and also followed by the age 25 to 30, and then again 20 to 30, 20 to 25. So this is here is, it gives us a way to tell a story that these are this age group are the age group that is facing the highest number of sexual abuse in the country. So when you look in April, again, these are the ages that faces the sexual highest number of abuse. So the okay, I'm looking now, Rosemary, when you go to the dashboard. Sorry.
1 minute left, sorry.
Yes. The dashboard now, my dashboard here, you can see here per county how actually it has been able to, in January, the where and the type and who here. So you'll see Nairobi still the highest, and where Nairobi still the highest, and who Nairobi still the highest. So when you're looking at all these dashboards, it showcases that there's a story here to tell that the highest number of abuse is still Nairobi. When you look at even the type of abuse, Nairobi is still here. The Nairobi is still the highest, and when you look at when you look at also who are the affected, and my dashboard 3, when you look at the age, again showcase that Nairobi is the highest where in terms of the age between 20 to 25 in all the months. And going back to my other, I know time is not, let me share, just to conclude that Tableau actually, I was able to learn that Tableau is a powerful tool. Are you able to? Let me share my last slide.
Go ahead. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, it's appeared. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was able to actually learn that Tableau is a powerful tool. With the help of my mentor, who were able to actually, this data we got it was not in Excel. It was just reported format. That's why I said macro, and we were able to put in an Excel format, to be able to use Tableau to interact with this data to get this emerging story that I could be able to tell that it's not only sexual violence, but psychological. So emerging issue, when you look at granular mapping of gender-based violence and age and even type of violence, we can see that children are also suffering from the violence, but psychological is the highest. Understanding also teenage pregnancy based on economic, it's not only pregnancy, but now they are the highest affected. Modeling future scenarios based on trends, we can see that culture and socioeconomic can actually dissect it and say, no, it's not cultural, but it's also some of the, how COVID has been able to actually kind of reset the gender-based violence in Kenya. When you look at also, on the other hand, that even though health centers are addressing gender-based violence, there's no clear framework on how to use this information in terms of the data they get from these hotlines and how they're using this data from these hotspots. And conclusion, the question is, how then can we measure the impact of COVID-19 on gender-based violence using the data from hotspots? And how can the government use it in order to address some of the emerging trends of gender-based violence that is coming? And of course, how can we develop indicators using some of this data that we are getting? That is not only women, but it's only children also, and also men. And what has emerged is since COVID outbreak, the government actually needs timely and actionable data, which is taking also time to get, because if the data is macro, to analyze it, it will take time for the government to actually act on a timely basis. Thank you.